Have you ever felt unsure with what you're doing, where you're going, how is this all going to work? Then you may need what I call a vision reset. That is what I'm dealing with right now. It's so funny that I feel like I finally landed on what I love doing, who I want to help, all that niching stuff, and then life just throws you 3 million curveballs. You just have to figure out, all right, this isn't working, even though I love this work. So what am I going to do and how am I going to make it work? I'm going to step you through my vision reset process. And I'm looking around because I just want to make sure I'm streaming live on Instagram, and I can't tell if I am or not. But I guess we'll find out. I'll find out afterwards and see if it's working. All right. So this is my vision reset process. And as I was thinking about it, I honestly don't remember all of the steps. It's been a while since I've done it for myself. So I'm going to share my screen. Let's see, present, share screen. There we go. This is one of the private articles I have for my Lyft members. Lyft is a online community coaching platform that I provide for small business owners. Lyft stands for Learning, Inspiration, Freedom, and Transformation. So this is one of the videos and articles I had posted in there. And I think I'm going to edit it a little bit and share it public as well. But I want to go over this with you. Let's see if you can see both. Okay, you can. Okay. There we go. So I had originally wrote this for business owners who were feeling stuck, who needed to create momentum, get unstuck. And I guess that's the place I'm in as well. Unstuck, but not necessarily in a productivity type of way, more of in what am I doing with my life kind of way. It's so funny. I feel like I've been asking this question to myself every 3 months, but maybe that's just the energy of the year, of the last few years. But I'm going to go through the process and then we'll talk about um, my life as an example. And maybe by talking this out, this will also help me get unstuck as well by talking it live in public with you. Okay. So I call this a vision reset because when you're feeling stuck in life for whatever reason, we have to get back to bigger our bigger reasons why. So asking yourself things like your purpose, why am I doing this, your core values, those are all so important. I don't think I mentioned it in this article, so I actually do want to edit this and update it. I'm going to write a note to myself as well about purpose, core values, as well as vision. So let's define vision first. Vision for me is this overall view of an idyllic version of your life and your business. Being business owners, we're going to talk about business as well. You could also expand this into your vision for the world. But this is the pie in the sky. If everything was just amazing and wonderful and all your core values are being fulfilled, but this is what this looks like. And you may never reach this vision in your, at least in your lifetime. So you may not reach this vision in your life, but it's something you aspire to. So when you think of your vision, you can go as grand as what the world is like. You can go smaller into what your own personal world is like with your life, your family, your business. And you can even go as micro as what your ideal day is like. So I'm going to try to do all of that in a bit. Let me go through the process first. Okay, so you take a vision reset. You're going to take time away from your day to day business and really reevaluate what you want in your life. How do you want your life to be like? Not just business wise, but what would you like your day to day life be like? The idea is if you can describe your ideal day, then you can describe your ideal life. If you can live this day to day, every day, or if you're describing your work day versus your off day, what would those days be like? Being a very kinesthetic person, I also like to get into the emotion, excuse me, or the feelings that I want to feel during the day. The feeling of, for example, for myself, of feeling peace. I want things to feel flowing and joyful. Don't we all, to be honest? But so I want to go into the emotion of the vision I want. I found that the actual details of the vision will change, but the feeling that I want never really goes away. If I think about all the different cycles of life I've experienced from adulthood, from the beginning of adulthood to now, I'm 48 now. So if I want to say that's 28 years, oh gosh, 30 years of being an adult. Wow. There are definitely different experiences or phases of life in all of those years. But the feeling of being in community, the feeling of being in feeling peace, feeling joy, feeling relaxation and flow and having fun, that's always been there. I've always wanted that. So even if the details of my life may be different than what I originally envisioned, at 20 years old, which is has been very different. Well, in a way, I mean, there's some things that are I think I'm living now. My dreams of when I was 18 or 20. Yeah, there's some pieces of that that are there. That are here now. But even if all the details have not been fulfilled, for example, I thought I wanted 5 kids. I still love being around kids. I love kids, but I only have one biological child and one stepchild. So that's different than when I originally wanted. However, the feeling that I have being a parent is there, and that's fulfilling for me. Okay, so once I reconnected to the vision I have for my life, my business, my community, then you can get more specific. Sorry, just feeling a little um, congested, of course, as soon as I do the live. So, um, what was I going to say now? Oh, okay. So once you've reconnected with this vision that you have for your life and your business, then you want to break it down to a goal of what's something specific that I have control over that I can work on for the next 90 days, for this year, for 5 years, 5 to 10 years. So then you start breaking down your vision into things that you have control over and you can do. And I think that's right now that's where I'm feeling a little lost for myself because of life changes. I've found my coaching niche. I'm absolutely loving it. And then now I'm feeling pressured and stressed regarding time availability. My daughter has more specific needs that I need to be attuned to. I also have another opportunity. Excuse me. I'm going to actually mute myself for a moment here and cough and drink some more of my coffee. Okay, that was lovely. Let's get back into it. Um, as I mentioned, how my daughter has more specific needs and needs more attention. I absolutely love coaching. For a while, I was deciding, do I want to go more into consulting, into marketing consulting? It's my past work. I easily get clients for marketing consulting, and it's something I'm good at, but it's not necessarily something I fully enjoy. And I really love coaching. However, coaching involves complete focus, attention towards that client. Quiet, to have quiet, uninterrupted time so that I can coach my client is so important. And I don't always have that as I'm also taking care of our daughter. So I'm having to reevaluate that. And that's why I'm feeling stuck. Okay. But let's say you're able to figure out what your goals are. Then you're creating a action plan around that, and not in like a crazy hustle type of way, but more of here's the direction I'm going, here are the steps I'm going to take. And if you're looking to create different results than what you have now, then you've got to change things up. Um, so you're looking at what can you change, what can you adjust, what can you do differently without necessarily burning bridges, unless you need to. Unless you're in a toxic environment and you have to do that, then do that. But if you can continue on, then what can you do so that you can build from what you have now? And as you're thinking about these different things, you want to break it up into small chunks. In NLP, neuro linguistic programming, we call it chunking. So breaking down all of these big ideas into tiny steps. That and that's actually something I'm really good at. If you would like some help with that, message me, and I'm happy to schedule a complimentary coaching session for you. As I say that, I have to think about, okay, what hours do I have available? I have early mornings available because my daughter's still asleep, or I can accommodate you, and we have to just be open to the idea. You have to be comfortable with the idea that we may get interrupted if I have my daughter with me. I would do my best to have childcare, but I can't guarantee it at this point. But I'm happy to do a complimentary coaching session. Okay. Um, so that's basically it. That is the vision reset. It is basically being able to pause, as my friend Elaine Dizon loves to encourage her people to do, is to pause, to reflect, to ask yourself, what do you really want? And then be able to break that down into actionable steps. So what I would really love to coach. I love coaching. So I want to protect that coaching time. So that is important to me. I want to volunteer at my daughter's school and her activities. So I still want to really be involved with her life. So volunteer, spend time with my daughter, and we are going to be homeschooling her. So that's going to require time as well. What else do I want? When I do coach, that's going to be time that is away from my daughter, which is, I think, is part of the issue, is that those two goals conflict with each other a little bit. because I can't coach, or I don't want to coach at the same time as I'm with my daughter, unless she is occupied with an activity or a class or something like that. So that's something where sorry, just really congested this morning. Um, so that's where part of the conflict is. But I do want to coach, and I want to coach at a time that she's busy and having fun. She's busy and having fun, and I need to find an activity, a class that will keep her occupied and busy for even 2 hours would be great. Because what I'm finding right now is most of the classes are an hour long, at least during the summer. It'll be different in the fall. Most classes I can find for her that she loves participating in are only an hour. And after that hour, um, it's done. And then so I can only fit maybe half-hour calls in between her hour of class time. So again, this is, if I can wait until September, things will be easier. It's gonna be so funny. I still complain that preschool, which she loves, is only 3 hours long. So by the time you drop the kid off, you come back, you get settled in. Especially for me, it takes me a while to really settle in and be able to focus, having ADHD, that the 3 hours just flies by and you have to pick her up. So even though I complain about that, that 3 hour class is going to feel like a lifesaver when September comes, because I'm going to be able to focus and be able to see clients. Hopefully, if she goes. I mean, I could make her go, but it's really hard making a child go to something they don't want to go. She was getting is this possible for preschoolers to experience this? But it felt like she was getting senioritis near the end of the school year. Last school year, the last 2 to 3 weeks were so difficult. She did not want to go to school. I would have to leave her at the school crying. And the teacher said she cried for a little bit, but then got over it and was able to play for the rest of the time there. But it was so hard at the at that time. She was just discovering Minecraft, and we just got ducks or ducklings. So it just like destroyed the schedule because she wanted to stay home and play with the ducklings. I'm like, who wouldn't want to stay home and play with the ducklings? But she wanted to stay home and play in the ducklings, or play on her computer and play Minecraft. So that was hard. Next time, it's definitely a lesson learned about timing and introducing things to her at a time where um, it's it's not going to prevent her from doing something else or completing a program. In this case, I'm a big believer in choice, that people have choice, that kids have choice. The choices may not always be great. They may be horrible choices to choose from, but we always have a choice. And that's something I want to teach her. The homeschooling method that we're going with is unschooling or self-directed education, and not no schooling. I think people get misinformed when it comes to unschooling, but not no schooling. More of it's where she is leading with her interests. So whatever she's interested in, that's where we're directing the education. So she's really into Minecraft right now. So she's taking classes on Minecraft. We're learning letters and learning, um, um, what's the word? Sorry, I'm tired. She was up late last night. Um, um, Phonetics? Is that the right term? Phonics. We're learning sounds. So, which is like we're learning letters, we're writing the letters, we're learning the sounds the letters make, and we're slowly learning how to read, basically, using Minecraft, using the game and the instructions and those kinds of things. So whatever she's interested in, that's where we focus the attention on um, on her education, and that's the kind of unschooling we're doing. And another another way how your values and your goals can conflict with each other, and that can cause confusion, stuckness, and just uncertainty of where we're going. How is this all going to work? I have some options, and as you're laying out your plans, again, I mentioned about choice. We always have a choice. You just may not like them. But there are some things that are possible that we can do. For example, I mentioned that I'm going to write this down too as I'm talking this out. So some possible solutions as you're planning out your goals and creating this vision that you want for your life, you're going to hit some obstacles. So as you figure out what those obstacles are, you want to brainstorm possible solutions. So I mentioned some of my obstacles is that we do believe in choice. I'm not going to drop her off at a program if she's in a fit. I'm not going to drop her off with someone who is not trained to handle that. For example, if she doesn't want to go to a summer day camp, which is what just happened yesterday after paying for the week, if she's not going to go to a summer day camp and just having an incredible fit around it, I'm not going to drop her off with someone who is untrained with these kinds of tantrums. Um, there's probably another word for it, but breakdowns, breakdowns, tantrums. Because most of these summer day camps are facilitated uh, by young people, by high schoolers, college students. Maybe they're studying child development, but that's not necessarily a known thing when you sign up for these summer day camps. Um, Maybe they are. That'd be great. I probably should look into that next time. Summer day camps for neurodivergent children who live in our area, that are in our area. That would be wonderful. Um, Now that I think about it, I'm gonna have to do some digging around. Okay, so possible solutions. That's a possible solution. Is finding programs specifically for neurodivergent divergent kids, because they will be trained on how to handle um, these temper tantrums, breakdowns, the need for a quiet room for emotional regulation, and they're going to have the skills to be able to handle that. So that's one solution for me. Another solution I thought about was hiring a babysitter, or a if I'm home, they're not necessarily babysitting, but a babysitter or a mother's helper. So someone who comes to her house while I'm working at home, someone to play with her, and she likes the idea. I ran that idea by her. She liked that idea. Another possible solution is that I wake up early, like I did today, and do my work, do my coaching calls early in the morning. I'm going to have to target my marketing to find clients who are available at this time in the morning. Because I woke up at 5 Pacific time. So I think I can easily find clients who live in Eastern time zone, right? Who are awake at 9 a.m. can do a coaching call at 9 a.m. their time. So that's possible. So I can wake up early and continue to do my coaching work early. But basically, I want to come up with possible solutions of what can work, and 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 lay that out. So as I'm talking this out, I'm personally feeling much better about getting unstuck, figuring out some possible solutions. Oh, another one, and this is something I have been working on, is automating my marketing. So marketing automation, that's less time that I have to spend on working on my business, and I can work more when I am available to work. I'm doing client work. In that same vein is hiring a virtual assistant. I have had virtual assistants in the past. I'm I don't have one right at this moment, but I'm thinking of bringing back a virtual assistant. So that's possible too. Again, so it frees up my time. I'm able to focus on client time, and the assistant is able to handle the admin work in my business. I still have an inbox full of email that I haven't fully gone through yet. All right. So that's basically the vision reset. It is taking a pause, taking a break, reevaluating what you really want in your life, what you want your business to look like, what you want your life to look like, what you want your day to look like, even what you want your community and your world to look like. And then bringing it down to what are actual things that you can do in the next year, for example. And you're creating goals around that. You're going to create a plan of action and be able to step by step move that forward. As you're creating your plan, you're going to come across obstacles. Name the obstacle and brainstorm solutions to work around that challenge. I know all of this is easier said than done. So do find support, and a community support you in getting this done. This could be a friend, a mentor, a colleague, a coach, and I'm happy to talk with you at this moment because I don't have all my solutions set up yet. It may have to be early in the morning, or maybe some accommodations made so that we can chat, whether or not I have childcare. But I hope that will work